Hi, I'm going to talk today about whether you have your mole or your skin lesion removed by a shave excision or a formal excision. A formal excision involves cutting it out and stitching it up. A shave excision means taking it out off at the level of the skin, leaving a raw patch which then heals. And this question arises in moles or lesions which fulfill two criteria. First of all, they have to be benign, i.e. we don't think that they're cancerous. And secondly, they have to be raised. So this is really a discussion that we need to have once you've been to the clinic and been assessed by one of us, so we can have a look at your mole or skin lesion to check that there's no worrying features or no suspicious features. If there are worrying features, then we will remove it or recommend that it be removed by excision, because then the whole of the mole is removed. And you can download my guide with some of the things that you look out for to make you worry about a mole, and if it has any of these features, then please get it checked out, and if it's removed, then recommend that it be removed by excision so it can be removed totally, and we can look at it under a microscope to check that there's nothing worrisome about it, and if there is any worrying features, then that it's completely removed. However, if it's a benign thing and we're comfortable that it's benign and nothing to worry about, and if it's raised, has to be raised to be able to qualify for a shave excision, then a shave excision is an option. And the difference really comes down to the pattern of scarring. The pattern of scarring with a shave excision leaves a scar the size of the base of the lesion, leaves a raw area, has a little dressing on it for a couple of days, the dressing then falls off, leaves a scab, and the scab then heals. We give you some ointment to put on the scab. A formal excision is completely closed at the time of the surgery, and it leaves a linear scar, but that linear scar is slightly longer than the diameter of the lesion. You can see that most skin lesions are round, and if you cut out a circle and then try and stitch it up, you get bumps at the end of the scar. So you have to make it into an ellipse, you have to make it into a rugby ball shape. That makes the scar slightly longer than the diameter of the lesion, but it does make a flat scar and a hairline scar which fades over time. Both scars do tend to fade over time. They're a little bit red and obvious for the first few months. The shave excision, you have a small dressing on for a couple of days, which means you can't shower, or at least you can't get it wet, whereas a formal excision you tend to have sutures, which certainly if it's on the face, then that tends to allow you to continue to wash. If the and shower. If the lesion's on your body, then we can use waterproof dressing so you can wash and shower, whatever. So that might have a bearing on which one you choose, but really it comes down to the pattern of scarring. Now, if you're not sure, then I often say to people, look, you can always have a shave excision, see how you go. The risks of a shave excision is that you can do too much or do too little. You do too much, you get a dent. You do too little, you get a bump. If you do too much, then you can always excise it. If there's a dent, you can excise it and give you the same sort of scar that you would have got if you'd had an excision. And if you do too little, you can always go back and have another shave excision. So that might have a bearing on it. You can always go and have a revision if you are unhappy with the results of your shave excision, whereas a formal excision, then that isn't the case. If your lesion is pigmented, if it's brown, then sometimes the level of the pigment goes deeper than the level of the shave, and so you might end up with a flat patch which will still have some pigment, some brown in it. And if you have any hairs in your lesion, then sometimes the hair follicles can go deeper than the level of the shave. So if you have a shave excision, the hairs can remain. So it's like anything, there are pros and cons of a shave excision, pros and cons of a formal excision, and it's a question of balancing these up and having a discussion with one of us to see if you can come to a balance as to what's best for you and what's right for you. I hope this has been helpful. As ever, you can contact me or one of the team here at the clinic, and we can give you some advice if you're worried or you're not sure. Feel free to send us photos. We love to see your photos, and we can give you an accurate quote and an idea of what might be involved in removing your troublesome skin lesion, which we can do here on the day in the clinic in our minor operating theatre that we have here upstairs. So we can do a see and treat service where we can see you and remove the lesion on the same day as your consultation. So it'd be great to see you. Please get in touch if you've got any questions, and I hope that's been helpful.